First of all, thank you for being in Mexico. What is your first thought about this event?
The first look,
Thought.
or thought is different. You know, that was my first thought. Very different. A lot of people play football out here, and it like surprised me. And I didn't know there was playing this much like football americano in Mexico, and it was an eye opener. Like it really surprised me. But I love the culture. I love the energy out here and the passion. You know what I'm saying? So it's different than how it is in the U.S. and I love it. Yeah.
In US is a religion. Here
Yeah.
it's one sport that many play, but not many make to the professional, even
Yeah.
the high school.
Yeah.
Are you surprised that we have college level?
Um, yeah, it did surprise me because usually people play football, not football americano. So, it did surprise me a little bit how much of it and how much they love it out here. So, I love the energy, I love the passion and stuff for the game because I love football too. So, um, yeah, it was very eye opening and surprising that how much was out here and how many people play, guys and girls too.
Did you
So,
play soccer when you were a kid?
yeah, growing up, yeah, I played a little bit of soccer. I should have stuck to it. Football, I had injuries and stuff, broke my hand, I tore my wrist up, stuff like that. So if I'd have played soccer, I probably wouldn't have had those injuries.
In the United States, many students, many athletes play different sports when they kids.
Yeah.
It's important for you to grow as a professional.
Oh yeah, because in sports you don't only get like athletic ability, you get like life lessons. You know what I'm saying? Outside of football that you learn in sports that can carry on in life. You know what I'm saying? The hard work, being on time, the discipline, all like everything. It translates to the real world, and when you work in a job instead of like playing a sport, it all like translates.
Which sport you play when you were kid?
I played all of them, except baseball. No baseball, but soccer, basketball, and then I played football like later on. Like I was like 9, 10 years old. Like when I like last year of elementary, going to middle school. That's when I started playing football. So I've been playing a long time now, but I started with soccer and like basketball and stuff like that.
And you play in high school the same position you play right now, or you play wide receiver? I don't know.
Yeah.
Quarterback.
Oh no quarterback, but yeah, receiver, and I play corner. So I play safety now. So corner and safety is kind of like the same. They're all like DBs, but I played corner in high school and college. A little bit of safety in college, but then when I got to the 49ers, only safety. That's it. And it was a hard transition, but I made it work a little bit.
Like you said, corner and safety are D-backs, but
Yeah.
not the same skills.
Yeah.
So different.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
it's not. It's a little different, not too much, but when they pass the ball, corner and safety, it's their job to stop it. You know. So corner is just like on the outside, more like one-on-one. Like
and you have to run back pedal.
yeah,
And
it's me and you.
Exactly.
You know, and safety, you more like in the back, last line of defense. If it get past you, it's touchdown. You know, so you more free roaming around, and you come down in the run, stuff like that. Corner, you just play outside. You play one-on-one. You mainly play pass. You don't really play like in the run game. You know, so it's similar but different at the same time. Yeah.
you already taste Mexican fans. What are your thoughts about the game in regular season here in Mexico?
I love it, honestly. I think the 49ers, we played in Mexico City when me and Fredo was on the Niners, and the fans, they love us, so we love them, you know, and it's a lot of more passionate fans here than it is in the U.S. Like, they go crazy out here, and in the U.S., they're kind of just like chill, like football. There's some crazy fans for the NFL, yeah, but like for other things like the UFL or the CFL or even college, in California, some colleges, no fans. Like big schools too. It's like USC, UCLA, and stuff like that. Sometimes nobody really comes to the game, but I'm sure if they was in Mexico, it would be packed out. You know, so yeah, that's the difference. It's a lot more passionate fans here for sure.
The last two questions. One is about what you see today. What do you think that it's the next step for Mexican players to be in the NFL?
I think they got talent. They just have to learn more about the game because it seems like it's new for a lot of young players, like the kids and stuff like that. It's very new for them. So I would say just learn more about the game and then work hard. Training and agility, footwork, stuff like that is will be very helpful for them to develop as a player. And whenever they do, get the opportunity, like go to the NFL, like Alfredo and stuff from the
Borregos.
LFA. Yeah.
Well, LFA and then
LFA,
Borregos Monterrey.
They get players on international contracts to the NFL, and when they do get a chance, shine, go ball out, and show them why you deserve to be there. You know what I'm saying?
Some message to the Mexican fans of the 49ers.
Mexican fans, 49ers, we love you guys. Keep doing what you're doing, and bang bang Niner gang.